Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Mid-Atlantic Modeling League Spike Magazine Trophy. It is the final game of regulation. OHWE, indeed. Thank you for the bits, Berserker Tempest. We've got our final streamed game of regulation here this evening. After this, it's going to be top four for the Spike Magazine Trophy. And this is going to be a good one. We had a bashy one earlier today. We've got an Edge game today. And it's going to be Rodentia versus Subductisupercilicarptors, Spire versus Berserker Tempest, Skaven versus Underworld. Let's take a look at how the standings have shaken out here after 9 weeks of regulation play in this competition. In first place, our first semifinalist, Dead Fred's Real American Heroes, or Dark Elf Team, 6-1-0 is their record. Followed by our second semifinalist, Nick Satan's Cenozoic Park, a Lizardman Team, 5-2-1 is their record. The Dead Poets finishing in third here with a record of 3-4-1. And in Division B, our third semifinalist will be Doug the Minotaur's White Skull Windbreakers, an Orc Team, 6-2-0 is their record. And Eric's Alphitis Australis, the final semifinalist of Wood Elf Team, 6-1-1 is their record. We just saw BB Nut face off against Richard Cranium earlier today. Harlequins BBFC in their first competition of this league. They're going to finish in third place with their Undead Team at a record of 5-2-1. Berserker Tempest says, I still have a chance of reaching the top four. Do you? I wish you the best. All right. First up's going to be the home team tonight. It's Skaven Team Rodentia, coached by Spire, coming in TV at 1,280,000 gold. 12 players on the roster, but 11 will be starting tonight. Beaver's out with an injury. That's the thrower. Rats. Berserker Tempest, thank you very much for the bits. has two blitzers, the Rat Ogre, the big guy Chinchilla is number 3, has 3 gutter runners, all 4 gutter runners and a bunch of linemen to round out this roster. 1 Oppo, 2 dedicated fans, 3 rerolls. They're going to be up against this Underworld team this evening. This is Subductisupercilicarptors. They're the visiting team, coming in a TV of 850,000 gold. They have 10 players on their roster. Well, they have 12 players on the roster, 2 are injured this week. That's going to bring the TD differential to 380,000 gold. We'll talk about why oohed in just a second. Has a big guy in the Rat Ogre, has a whole bunch of Snotlings that have been, unfortunately for this team, nerfed mid-season. They used to have the warming. You know what? If they swap out swarming with warming, maybe that would be great. They used to have the swarming skill. They just straight up don't have it anymore. So swarming was a skill that would allow you to set up with more than 11 players on the pitch. It got nerfed once where you could only set up as many swarming players as you already had swarming players on the pitch. And now it's been nerfed into oblivion. It just doesn't exist anymore. So that's very unfortunate for this Underworld team. But we'll see how Berserker Tempest pivots after this sudden nerf in Blood Bowl 3 anyway. He has 1 gutter runner, he has a number of clan rats, he has a thrower and a blitzer, 1 oppo, 1 dedicated fan, 3 rerolls. How the two teams going to play this evening? First off, let's talk about this home team, Rodentia, a Skaven team. They are an Edge team. You can see lots of Edge 2 in these gutter runners, Edge 3 as well. The Rat Ogre, Edge 4, dwarves. That's dwarves all day. They're very fast. Fastest pieces in the game here, these gutter runners with an MA of 9. That is absolutely ridiculous. And then even the slow pieces are fast, right? All these linemen are an MA of 7. Very fast, very agile team, but they are frail. AV of 8+, that's fairly easy to break. He's not going to have his throw tonight, and that hurts a team like this because they have a throwing game. Not being able to get that free reroll on a pass is difficult. Not having a player with sure hands to get the free reroll on the pickup is a difficult loss for the week, but still a pretty solid roster coming into the game tonight. Lots of block as he's been spreading out this SPP. He has 2 gutter runners that are blodgers. He picked up sprint on Sugar Glider as well. Great. Right, that's an absolutely great skill to pick up on such a fast player. Sprint means that Naked Mole Rat can move up to 12 spaces, right? There's 13 spaces from the line of scrimmage to the end zone. So super fast player. One push can make this a one-turn touchdown from Sugar Glider. Berserker Tempest is going to have to watch out for that tonight. He has tackle and wrestle on Gerbil. He has a kicker, also a great skill for a very fast team, right? He can kick this ball shallow or deep, wherever he wants to put this ball, and then he can go fight for it, right? He can try to snake this ball away from the offense with kick. Kick reduces the deviation in half. So a very solid skill as well. And then, of course, he has Fend on Hamster. Fend says that when you take a block on this player, he can elect to not allow you to push him back. A solid choice as well. The big guy, Chinchilla, the Rat Ogre, has Frenzy, has Mighty Blow, has Guard, and has now picked up Block. This is a killer piece, right? This Rat Ogre, you can see Animal Savagery here, means that this player, the Rat Ogre, is kind of unique in big guys in that it does have there are some big guys that don't have nega traits. There are a lot of big guys that do. This is a nega trait for sure, but this is a nega trait that Spire will be able to get around, so to speak. He'll be able to activate his Rat Ogre every single turn so long as he has an adjacent friendly player next to the Rat Ogre. This is huge, right? A lot of big guys, ogres, minotaurs, you name it, they are unreliable because they have some sort of nega trait that makes them lose their action, lose their tackle zones, and then you combine that with Loner, and now you're not gonna re-roll that, right? So it's very risky, and it really changes the way you play them. These Rat Ogres go to town, right? Take your blocks. You're always gonna get your block or your blitz. So it's a very strong nega trait, so to speak. Very, very fast team. On offense, they're not gonna have a whole lot of problem scoring. Again, Sugar Glider can move up to 12. He has 2 blodgers. He has that kicker to kind of set the pacing and the momentum right from the kickoff when he's on defense. He just needs to keep his players alive. If he can keep his players alive, I think he comes out on top tonight. Skaven, a fantastic race in this game. I think they're one of the top tier races. They're going to be up against Underworld, which I also would have said is a top tier race prior to the nerf, and now I haven't seen a single Underworld game after the nerf, but after that nerf, I think Underworld kind of goes back to the way they were in the old rules, right? They're not a bad team by any means, but their strength now is in the mutations. They have access to mutations, and that means that they're at their weakest at low TV. And now, without that swarming on the Snotlings, Berserker Tempest, oh boy, it's a low TV team. It's just going to be a real difficult fight. A lot of Snotlings that are strength 1, AV6, they're very easy to remove, very easy to get 3-die blocks on them, very easy to remove them with just having an AV of 6+. All their dodges are 2+. Thank you, Alexa. All their dodges are 2+. They have dodge. They're stunty. They have sidestep as well, so they can be a real pain in the butt. Now they're really good at kind of clogging up the lanes. They're also pretty good. Oh, Berserker Tempest, thank you so much for the sub. That's very kind of you. I appreciate it. Thanks for playing. Thanks for the sub. And thanks for hanging out and watching as well. These Snotlings, they're good for clogging up lanes. They're also good for lending assists, and they're good for fouling. So you can bet that Subductus is going to try to foul tonight with these guys. I think the way Subductus comes out on top with this low TV team is going to be going in heavy on the fouls and whatever they pick up in the inducement phase. So they're going to get 380k. Actually, they're going to get a little bit more now because they filled in their roster at the Snotlings. That's Morg money, right? So he can pick up Morgenthor, which I always used to say you never pick him up, but now that he's costed differently and in the new rulebook, he has Mighty Blow +2. Morgenthor's really good, in my opinion. I think it would be almost a no-brainer to pick up Morgenthor, except for Underworld. Oh man, I really feel like you want to get the bribes with the Snotlings and just go in hard right from turn 1. Foul. Maybe that's a little different now that swarming's not an option. Now that he's only going to have 11, maybe you don't want to go foul with this team. Maybe you do just pick up Morg and have Morg just try to murder these really, really brittle Skaven players. If that's the way he goes, he'll have to play a cautious tactical game, but he could come out on top that way if he gets player advantage early. All right, enough of my blabbering. right, 4 rerolls for Subductus. Did they pick up more? They did indeed pick up Morgenthorpe. So you can see Strength 6, Mighty Blow +2. So he gets a +2 in the Mighty Blow. Also has the block skill. Very, very solid player. Comes in at 380k now, putting Morg right in that center defensive tackle position. Subductisupercilicarptors on defense to start this game. SP Beaver says, I came in just in time to hear Morgenthorpe is good. I feel that's an understatement. Eric Lionheart says, welcome to the stream, guys. Welcome to the stream, Eric and SP Beaver. Eric Lionheart says, who will achieve the first win of the season? Indeed, both teams looking for their first win. I finished out the season with none. All right, 3 on the line here for Subductus. They're screening out this Skaven team, and he really wants to do that. He does not want to let this really, really fast Skaven team get behind him. He does have a gutter runner of his own on this Underworld team, so he can at least keep pace with that gutter perhaps in the secondary. Has a number of Skaven players, in fact, that are MA7, not too shabby, but man, these gutter runners, the MA9 and the one that has Sprint, Sugar Glider, oh boy, scary stuff. SP Beaver says draw. They could draw, sure. Five on the line currently for Rodentia. They're going to try to block down these Snotlings. They could do that with just 3 because the Snotlings are strength 1. So long as you... in order to get 3-die block, you need to have more than double their strength. So long as you have a strength of 3, you would get a 3-die block on a Snotling just with a single player. So he can go ahead and Spire might be putting him on the line just to control center pitch. That is perfectly acceptable strategy to go into this first drive. But just talking dice, he could get away with just 3 players to get 3 dice on every single Snotling on the line, and then that would leave him with the blitz as well. He does have number 5, Flying Squirrel, back to receive. That's going to be his formation, so 2 wide and either wide zone. Here's the kick. Decent kick here. Kicked all the way to the 18-yard line. It's a high kick, so they'll get a free chance at this ball on the 3+. Didn't get it, but that's fine. He'll get another opportunity here in turn 1. Spire on turn 1. Final game of the competition for Rodentia. 3-die block got a pow on the number 6 Snotling. Just 5+ with Mighty Blow breaks armor here. And naturally, he's done it. Got a stun. 3-die block again on the line. Gets a knockdown thanks to the block skill. Didn't break armor this time. Final 3-die block is going to be a push against number 5. Remember, the Snotlings have sidestep as well. So Berserker Tempest gets to decide where that push Snotling goes. And it doesn't have to be back. It can be into any adjacent open space. He does choose to push back. I know that Snotling is unmarked. Blitz still on the table here for Rodentia. Eric Lionheart betting on the Skaven team. We'll see if it plays out that way. Morgenthorpe, very, very frightening character. Frightening player. Oh, he's going to kill me. I called him a character. Frightening player. Mighty Blow +2. So the armor breaks are already fairly easy, right? 8+ to get the armor break. And it's actually 6+ with Mighty Blow. But if you don't need Mighty Blow on the armor break, then you're going to get a +2 to the injury roll. So Morgenthorpe, and he has the block skill to make, to make matters worse. So Morgenthorpe, an absolute nightmare. Good pickup by Flying Squirrel. Ball advanced to Rodentia's own 8-yard line. And here comes that blitz on the invisible number 5 Snotling, who got pushed off the line. And he will be he will sidestep to right in front of Chipmunk, the number 11 blitzing lineman. Turn 1 back to Subductus. All those dodges are 2+ with the Snotlings all day, forever. We had 6 weeks of the Chaos Cup, and then a top 4. We had 9 weeks of the Spike Magazine Trophy, and we're about to have our top 4. We will have our 3rd competition of the season after the Spike Magazine Trophy wraps up. That'll be the Dungeon Bowl. We're not playing Dungeon Bowl. We're playing Blood Bowl. It's just the name of the competition. But that's going to be open to anybody who wishes to participate, whether they've participated this season, whether they've participated in the league, whether they've ever played Blood Bowl. You can come play with us if you like. If you like, you can head over to our Discord. There you go. There's the link. You can head over to our Discord and just say, hey, I'd like to play in the Dungeon Bowl. What do I do? And I'll walk you through the process. It's very easy to do. All those 2+ dodges takes a mark on Flying Squirrel. Needed a 3+ here because he... I always forget to get the overlay. He needed a... So he came here and he needed a 3+ here because he got a -1. 3 die block gets a POW here. 5+ breaks armor. Yep, there it is. That's how it starts. 1-man player advantage now for Rodentia. Oh no! Oh boy, I'm sorry. We're in the middle of a replay. I should have held tight. The Rat Ogre murdered a Snotling. 2-man player advantage now for Rodentia. SB Beaver asks, so how's Underworld not just the worst gaming team now that Swarming is gone? They have access to mutations. I think they're kind of back to the way they were in the old rule set in the CRP, the LRB6. SB Beaver, thank you very much for the bits. Yeah, I think they're kind of just back to the way they were, which means at low TV they struggle until they start picking up those mutations. 2-die blitz with Morg over in the left wide zone. This will work out. Looking for not an 8+, not a 7+, but a 6+. Oh my gosh, he just punched him into the ground. Down to a 1-man player advantage now for Rodentia. He just waltz up to the line of scrimmage, murders a dude, and casually walks back to get back in formation. That's a star for you. And that was it. Just a blitz. And he's going to continue to screen out this offense. Doesn't want these very, very fast Skaven players to get behind him. Oh yeah, it's a good point. Yeah, Moob's, welcome to the stream, by the way. Moob09 says, still get cheaper bribes too. Play the inducement game pretty well. Probably go troll and goblins over Snotling spam now. Still want a couple, I would imagine, for anti-1 turn / assist with 1 turns though. Yeah, so their bribes are cheap, and we mentioned that briefly in the pre-game, how maybe they go in bribes because they are cheap, but I would think personally, in the old rules with swarming, that you almost always go in bribes because you're gonna have more than 11 on the pitch. Your bribes are cheap. You know, if you lose a Snotling, so what? Foul, foul, foul. Maybe now that you're only going to field 11, you think about that a little bit, but still, you could still have a ton of Snotlings on the roster if you want. Or even if they're not Snotlings, you'll certainly have more than 11 on your roster. So maybe you'll be down a player or two for a drive, but you'll be back up to 11 on the next drive. SB Weaver says, do you need bribes when you have 12 to 14 on the pitch? Yeah. You want to keep them on the pitch, keep them doing what they're doing. Plus, with like 12 to 14 on the pitch. Gets another knockdown here. Can he take out Gerbil? 6+. Breaks armor. No armor break. He took a push. Oh, he didn't want the both down. I see with wrestle. I see. Double skulls on Gerbil. Spends a reroll here into a push. Yeah, with 12-14 on the pitch, not only could you just go foul town USA, but you could still have enough players on the pitch to be effective. So you could foul for a quarter, let's say, and then go force the score, right? And then hopefully that works out to not only player advantage, but now you're 1-1 at the half if you're on defense. And then you just play the 2-1 grind game. Turn 4 back to Rodentia. They currently have the ball on their own 4-yard line, trying to carve out center pitch for themselves. Morg just looks like a lumberjack. Radogre gets a stun on Chipmunk. Chipmunk being his teammate, by the way. That was the failed animal savagery roll. But because Chipmunk was there, that's why he gets to continue with this blitz. And then knocks down the opposing Radogre. Well done. So long as you have a friendly next to you, if you fail animal savagery, you still get to take your turn. It's very, very powerful with Mighty Blow, Frenzy, and Block. Typically, you'd be rolling 4 block dice, and you have Mighty Blow, so it's a good kill player, good kill piece. Nakeder Mole-Rat. The number 8 gutter runner is going to move across the line of scrimmage to the opposing 2-yard line. Gutter runner is very fast, but they do only have a strength of 2. The 2 of them being blodgers. Block and dodge, 2 of the best skills in the game, in my opinion. And by having both of them on a player, that means only a POW will knock down these gutter runners. Any other result will not work unless you have some other skill, such as tackle, which negates dodge or something. Advances the ball to his own 2-yard line, and that'll be the turn. Final turn of the first quarter. Subductus on defense. Been playing a very cautious defense, just trying to stay in front of the offense. Trying to screen the entire pitch out and not give this very fast team any lane to run down and get behind the Underworld team. Now, he does have a lot of fast players. He could play a little more aggressive if he wants to, but I never fought being cautious on defense and keeping your formation together. Because so long as you stop the score, you have won that drive. You have won that half. Two-die blitz with Morgenthorg. Gets the knockdown on Vol. The Mighty Blow guard blitzer. 7+ breaks armor. But he rolled a 6. Stands up his big guy, the Radogre. Besides the swarming nerf, a guard no longer gives you an assist on fouls anymore. Guard only works as an assist on blocks. Also a good rule change, I think. Subductus getting aggressive here on turn 4. Second quarter begins. They leave their number 11 gutter runner back in the safety position, but now they're going for marks. They're trying to shut down this offense. The offense can very easily open up a lane this way. They could even open up, I mean, they could completely control the right wide zone, I guess. Two-die block on the left side of the pitch is a push. Gets a good knockdown here. Thanks to the block skill. Breaks armor. Gets a stun. Currently a one-man player advantage for Rodentia. Three-die block with the Rat Ogre. 5+ breaks armor, but couldn't do it. Rolled Snake Eyes with Chinchilla. Even Nuffle called that bullying. He was like, nah, dog, not today. I'm not letting you do that. The Rat Ogres with Frenzy, they do get that follow-up block, but it also means they must always follow up. SB Weaver says Snake Eyes should be a self-armor break. Snake Eyes should be an armor break out of shame. Your player's like, oh man, I suck. 2-die Blitz into double skulls here. Spends a reroll. Gets a pal against the number 12 Skaven player. 8+ breaks armor. Didn't get it, but that's okay. He's going to carve out this right wide zone for himself here. Deciding where Pocket Gopher will end up. Yeah, he'll reposition Naked Mole Rat. He'll move number 5 somewhere to some safe. No! He's going to stay where he is. He says, I don't feel safe in the pocket on the right side. I'll stay right where I am. Morgan Thorg knocking on the door of the ball carrier. He's going to go after the Rat Ogre. Gets a knockdown on the Rat Ogre. 7+ breaks armor here. Breaks armor on the big guy. Got a KO. 2-man player advantage. Oh, I'm sorry. 9v9 now on the pitch. Berserker Tempest. Has an opportunity here, but went for the block. Failed Animal Savagery with number 1. Injures the number 3 Snotling, but that's all right. That's one of the reasons they're here. Has the Blitz with the Rat Ogre. Gonna go after the Gutter Runner, hunting a Gutter Runner here, but needs a POW. None of those are going to remove or even knock down this Gutter Runner. It's going to end up with a push. He'll get a Frenzy follow-up. 2-die this time into another push. And again, the Rat Ogre must follow up, so he will not be marking the ball carrier. Rodentia in no hurry to score. They can score whenever they wish. They are so fast. Where he's standing right now, he can do it in 2 turns. Eric Leinhardt says Snotlings are making their last run into these new rules. Sorry to see you guys. You know what? We're glad you came to the combines. We're glad you played in the MAML. But we're gonna have to let you guys go. I'm sorry. You're just not Blood Bowl material. You guys are not very strong. You're very, very weak. You know, we thought we'd hire you because there'd be like 8 of you. But man, for whatever reason, you guys have decided to kind of work on your own now. It's just not working out for us. Sorry. 2-die Blitz now. Gonna push the ball carrier forward a space, and now the ball carrier in scoring position, marked by 2 opposing players currently. Rolls a 1-die block into a skull, re-rolls that. Ooh, it's gonna work out. Rodentia down to 1 re-roll for the half. And they got a removal. 1-man player advantage now for Rodentia. 9v8 on the pitch. That's a permanent removal as well. All of their removals have been permanent. One-man player advantage? It's a two-man player advantage. Oh no. Oh no. I just got the news. I don't. This isn't actually bad to anybody that doesn't care, but I just got the news that. So I was very, very, very into X-Wing and Armada for many years. And then after second edition X-Wing, I didn't like the game anymore, and Armada had problems with the... Oh, go to score! Fails the rush. This is his last reroll. Went into the end zone. He felt the pressure and just went in for the dodge. Well done, Rodentia is going to take the lead 1-0. Two dodges, two rushes. There it is. Spent a reroll on it. Rodentia takes the lead in this ball game, 1-0. And now they'll set up on defense. Currently in an anchor defense. Move09 says, yeah, I heard about it. Yeah, so X-Wing and Armada are apparently officially dead now. Granted, I haven't played them in a while. Not in a what did they used to play? Competitive play? Whatever. I haven't played them competitively in a while. They're still great games that we can still, of course, play, but yeah, it's kind of a sad time. I mean, X-Wing like really ignited my joy of miniatures gaming. Like you know what I mean? Like, it was fresh. It was a rule set that, you know, Wings of War is a great game. I loved how you could just see all the information on the table. It was a lot of fun. Sad to see it go. I'll have to read up on what the details of them being dead means, but that's a shame, because those are really, really great games. And they'll always have a place in my collection. Eric Lionheart asks, why risking so much to give 3 turns to Underworld? I don't know. He must have felt the pressure and went in for the score. And thinks he can stop him here, or maybe even recover the ball. It's going to be 11v9, I think. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Two-man player advantage for Rodentia. Here's the kick. Rodentia without a kicker? No, they do have a kicker. There it is. Hamster the kicker, so he can put this ball really wherever he wants. Deep kick. Cheering fans. Who's going to get it? Rodentia picks up a reroll. Oh, I'm sorry. It's not a reroll because cheering fans works differently now. It's a stiletto. One of your players without the loader trait gains the stab trait. Who's it going to be? It's Muskrat, the center defensive tackle. He's going to get pushed away. Move09 says, I've been having fun with Shatterpoint, also by AMG. It's not very competitive, though, with its randomness, but fun regardless. Yeah, I haven't played X-Wing or Armada since AMG took it over. I actually got a little sour when AMG took it over for various reasons. Nothing against AMG per se, but sort of the way... Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But yeah, I loved X-Wing and Armada. They're both wonderful games. 3 die block on number 11, the right defensive end. It's going to be a push. And then a push again. What? He took the both down result here. Had a push option. Took the both down result. Perhaps a misclick. Turn 7 now for Rodentia. Iceman Beaver says, if you had 12 cheerleaders, you would surely get it. All right. Blitz on a Stotling. 3-die blitz. This will be a dodge. Oh, no. This will be a knockdown thanks to tackle. That's a removal. 3-man player damage now for Rodentia. And perhaps an opportunity to score again in this first half. Yeah, they're going for it. Flying Squirrel, number 5 Gutter Runner, advancing toward that ball. Move09 says, I'm surprised to see MG decided to stop supporting X-Wing. It's still fairly large. No, I'm really not sure. I'm completely out of the competitive scene. Like, my favorite podcasters, they stopped their podcast many moons ago. Gold Squadron podcasts. And I haven't played competitively since 2017, 2018. Yeah, first edition had its problems, but the way they decided to fix second edition, I just didn't like it. I didn't like the game anymore. 2 rushes to take a mark on the number 11 Gutter Runner. They're really the only player that Tempest wants to get at this ball. Yeah, look at this sprint. No, didn't sprint. Didn't. Oh, he did. There it is. Sprints to pick up the ball. Well done. Well done to snake the ball here. We'll see if he can hold on to it. Sprint gave him an extra rush. 3 rushes. AG 2+. They're all 2. Well, rushes are always 2+. Dodges are 2+. Oh, fails the rush here on the blitz. Spends a reroll to the 2-die blitz. Got the POW on Sugar Glider. We'll see if Sugar Glider stays alive here. A+ breaks armor. Got a stun out of it. Gonna recover the ball here in turn 7. Can he get it down pitch? He still has an opportunity to score. But he's gonna have to book with this ball. He needs to recover it, not with the blitzer. With someone else. Probably needs a pass. He could hand off, so he can get the Gutter Runner to hand off to the Gutter Runner to pass to maybe him. Yeah, for a while there, I was going to a lot of X-Wing tournaments. Like, if you're not from America, I don't know how well people internalize geography, but it's a geographically large country. So the U.S., I would travel up and down the East Coast. I had a tournament in North Carolina, South Carolina, which is not close, but it was so much fun. I was having a blast. Dodge into a great stun, but he's run out of players to really try to score with at this point. I mean, he can still do it, but he'll have to choose a different direction. He won't be able to really protect the player. Ooh, risky. Subductus now on the bonus clock. Yeah, I remember driving down to North Carolina once, and that's hours and hours of driving. Playing all day and then driving back, like leaving at 4 a.m., to get down there, and then leaving. What? Jumps over his own player, picks up the ball with number 11, but what's the game plan here? He can't score. Moves the gutter runner forward, but now perhaps a target by Rodentia. I've had these teams backwards the whole time. It's a sidestep dodge here. Yeah, and then leaving at like 2 a.m. to get back home at like 7 or something. Sounds ridiculous, but it was a lot of fun. Gets KO here. We'll see if the KO sticks for the second half. Two die block on number 13. The rookie Skaven clan round would be a push. Yeah, it's just a fun time, you know? It's the knockdown on the ball carrier. The ball carrier's gonna sail. Ball carrier's gonna stay alive. Oh, bounces in the hands of the blitzer. That's unfortunate. Yeah, honestly, I don't even think it's unhealthy. Like, people will be like, oh, you've been up for over 24 hours. Like, sure, but, you know, you only live once, and I think people really, really undervalue, for lack of a better word, joy. You know, like, people undervalue enjoying yourself. Like, you know, when I was a kid, games were considered trivial things, and maybe even they are still today, but they're not. They're important. Like, if you think about what most of us do, right? I mean, some of us love our jobs, some of us don't. Some of us are indifferent, but, you know, oh, good injury here. Man, the injuries are piling up. Oppo's going to be spent on this gutter runner. And that'll work out. But you know, we go to work, we labor, we try to be healthy, we take care of our responsibilities, and we do all that. Why? Well, to enjoy ourselves, right? Like to have fun, to watch a movie with our friends or our kids or our wives and husbands. To play games, and I think it really matters. I think good surf here with the Rat Ogre. I think people that make games have some of the most important jobs in the world. Yeah, SPV says I get most of my social interactions over games. Yeah, I mean, there's lots of fun side effects with it too. Like you meet people, you make new friends, you have cool stories to tell when somebody does something really neat. You know, there's a camaraderie in just like being a fellow competitor, whether that's like, you know, just friends or like, you know, big competitive environment or whatever. Like, it's just a lot of fun. That'll be the end of the half. Rodentia in the lead 1-0 here after that score. Subductisupercilicarptors will be on off. They only got back 1 KO. They're going to be down a number of players here going into the second half of the game. Move09 says they were the least stressful vacations I've ever taken, but a lot of fun. Yeah, I mean, you'll be tired for sure, but they're a lot of fun. And that's why things like work-life balance are important. Like, I honestly believe if you don't have time to do nothing, you just fall apart. I mean, sure, like playing video games or board games or watching TV or whatever, but like, you don't even need to be doing that. It is totally valid that just have time to stare off into space, you know? Like, if you don't get that, you're just constantly in overdrive, you know, and you fall apart, I think. Three-man player advantage now for Rodentia going in the second half. Subductus with 4 rerolls, Rodentia with 3. Here's the kick. They have the kicker. They're going to kick this deep again. Wow, look at where they parked that ball. Subductus is going to get an opportunity to grab this ball, and if it doesn't work out, they might even get a touchback out of it. But we get in the hands of number 11. They're going to start all the way in their own end zone. 3 on the line, 2 big guys, one of which is Morgan Thorg himself, playing as number 8 for Subductisupercilicarptors this evening. And not to get too sappy, but this is, you know, when I say, like, I really appreciate everyone who comes out to play, comes out to watch, hang out, help out. Yes! Yes! The first death by the great Morgan Thorg. There it is. SP Beaver, thank you for the bits. 2-man player advantage now for Rodentia. But yeah, you know, when I say I appreciate it, I genuinely do. Like, this stuff matters a lot to me. I just love it. I love the stories and the camaraderie and the friendships and just sharing fun stuff. Maybe, you know, you never know. Maybe you gave somebody else, made their day good. Turn 9 now, back to Rodentia. Starting off with a blitz, a rush blitz on a snotling. This is going to be a knockdown because of tackle. 5+ breaks armor thanks to Mighty Blow, and gets a stun. Speaking of which, I'm not going to like dox myself, but I will say, I have been looking forward for like 2 weeks to this one particular restaurant. And tomorrow's the day. Oh man. Oh, it's going to be awesome. $50 seconds left on the clock here. The first turn of this half forward. I think the ranger says, what type of food? It's like a bar. It's like bar food. But it's, I know that sounds like but I'm telling you, it's phenomenal. It's absolutely phenomenal. I'll tell you this much. And I'm not kidding. I'm not making this up. I liked it so much. I liked it so much when we went last time. I gave them a $35 tip. I loved it. I loved it. Turn 10 for Subductus. Another Morg blitz, 2-die blitz into double skulls. It is the tater tot place. It is. Rerolls can't get through the loner roll. That's going to be a null turn. Morgan Thor gets knocked down, but will not have an armor break. Why? Because that's AV11, baby. AV11. There's only 3 out of 36 that'll break Morgan Thor's armor. Turn 10, back to Rodentia. SPB says that had to be like 100% tip of the bar. I don't actually know what the percentage was. I have no idea. I can't remember. Eric Lionhouse says Morg deserves to be fouled. He does, but even then, you'd have to get so many assists just to... Well, I guess not so many. Gets a stun on number 11. Don't follow up, don't follow up, don't follow up. Oh, I thought that was his player. The problem with tipping, you have to be careful, especially at new places. Like if you tip, like I don't want to have to be in the habit of giving like unreasonable tips, you know, like unreasonably high tips. So like there have been places I've gone in the past where like I've kind of got stuck tipping too much, and I was like, well, I can't go back there anymore. I can't. I've locked myself out of this place forever. That's true. You don't need any assists if you roll a 12. Two-plus pickup here for Rodentia works out. Naketer Molerat, the number 8 gutter runner, in possession of this ball in a real good spot here. They are next to a Snotling. But what's the worst Cleopatra's gonna do? I'm sure there's a Roman somewhere who said something akin to that. Turn 11 now for Subductus. 2-die stand-up blitz by Morg. 7+ breaks armor here. Doesn't get it. Yeah, if I tell you what I ate, it's gonna sound like nothing. Well, no, it's gonna sound like a lot of food, but it's not gonna sound special at all. But like, they were just every single dish was perfect, like perfect. I had a pulled pork sandwich with tots. They had these yo. They had these pizza rolls, but like in egg roll shells. I'm telling you, man, it was really good. I had a ginger beer that was marvelous. Core was kind of dope. It was cool. BB Incesticide, welcome to the stream. Terrawin to you, welcome to the stream. 2+ dodge by Cleopatra, trying to get a contingent of players in front of Naked Molerat to just stop this forward movement. Turn 11 for Rodentia. Nowhere for Naked Molerat to go currently that doesn't have a negative modifier. Gonna try to rectify this here. Gets a push on Cleopatra. That's not gonna rectify it. Oh, Cleopatra, Berserker Tempest is going to choose to move Cleopatra out of the way. BB Incesticide asks, is swarming a thing of the past? It is. It is gone. There is no more swarming. on Snotlings. That is Naked or Mole Rat. Have I not been enunciating well enough? Naked or Mole Rat. Or did I just say Naked Mole Rat and just really screw it up? $50 seconds on the clock here for Rodentia, on the verge of scoring another defensive touchdown. They're in the lead 1-0 with 3 rerolls remaining in the game. I feel like as a league, we should get a plaque from some old world government organization. Blitz by Chinchilla. Frenzy follow-up after the push. Gets another push. Where if Morgenthau plays in your league, and kills someone, like that is just an honor. Like, we should get a plaque. Swarming a thing of the pass, and guard no longer works on fouls. Rodentia back on the bonus clock here. 5 minutes, 13 seconds left on the bonus clock. Every turn is 2 minutes in duration, but you get an extra 7 minutes 30 seconds that you can spend. So gonna go for it. There it is, 2-0. Well done. Rodentia increases their lead with 2 touchdowns, both scored defensively. BB as Esticide says, I'm building my whole Dungeon Bowl run on his back, so I hope he removes a piece of turd. He is expensive after all. He is expensive. In the old rule set, I would adamantly argue that he should not be taken. In this rule set, I might adamantly say if you can afford him, you take him. Like, he is really good. Keshi1 says, Rodentia doing awesome tonight. They are doing fantastically. Really, just having a great game so far. In fact, both were not scored defensively. One was scored offensively. Forgive me. He scored an offensive and a defensive touchdown. Officious ref. Who was that using? Using? Did I just turn Southern? I always get confused when somebody from the South, from the American South, says "wantin." What you wantin' done? I'm like, what does that mean? Eric Lionheart says, I believe that anything that can bother dwarves is being nerfed. Wandering, yeah. What you wantin' done? What am I wanting? What? Hank the Ranger says, I think MAML should have a Hall of Fame. First class should be Pips Pippy, the original Kevin Bacon, Ramble On, and Doug. I think that's a fantastic idea. And I agree with all of those. I might have to think of something. 2-9 blitz to get things started here in turn 12 for Subductus. Final turn of the third quarter. They're going to injure a player here, removing, or not for Subductus, for Rodentia. They're going to remove a Subductus player. And the player advantage is a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Be 11, I think. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 5-man player advantage for Rodentia. Having a fantastic game with the Skaven team. Again, Skaven really good. Again, like, Berserker Tempest went into this team expecting to have swarming. And this is the first game where he doesn't have it. And now he's kind of left in a lurch here, unfortunately, with this Underworld team that that doesn't have the gimmick that it had. Well, I shouldn't call it a gimmick. That sounds rude. But like, doesn't have the mechanic it had, and is now kind of back to being the mutation team, where it's really tough to get their motor going, like to get them started, and he just sort of, you know, here in week 9, the Spike Magazine Trophy just kind of finds his team as basically a brand new Underworld team. So tough position to be in for sure. Rodentia trying to pick this ball up and make this a 3-0 ball game, applying the pressure with the 4 gutter runners, taking the blocks back to the line of scrimmage. Fourth quarter begins. Subductus, they're on offense, but they do not have the ball. The ball is on their own 20-yard line in the right wide zone. Subductus down 5 players, trying to figure out what to do to recover this ball and try to score. Can't get it to the passer because he's prone. Wow. Gonna hand off to number 12. It works out. Well done by Subductus. They're going to move this ball down pitch, but how far is the question? Is it going to be out of reach of the Snotling? Snotling could come in and apply some tackle zones somewhere. In the hands of the number 12, Skaven Clanrat. Well done by Berserker Tempest. Got the ball all the way down now to the opposing 12-yard line, but can he keep it safe is the question. That Clanrat has no skills whatsoever. I think the ranger says, "He, that jerk." He is a jerk. He is not a jerk. He's very nice. 2-9 Blitz gets the foul on Gerbil. Oh wait, he removed half my team this week. He is a jerk. That jerk. Good removal here by Morgenthorpe. 4-man play advantage now for Rodentia. Turn 13 for Rodentia to try to stop this touchdown by Subductisupercilicarptors. Three-die block on Cleopatra is going to be a push. Subductus with sidestep can keep this Snotling in place to be as annoying as possible. Gets a knockdown with the Rat Ogre. Only Muskrat can get at the ball. Wait, how's he getting there? Oh, he's going after the Snotling. That's why. 3-die blitz on the Snotling gets a pal here. Five plus breaks armor. Only gets a stun out of it. So Rodentia might be just giving up the touchdown. No, they're not. Dodge to a rush to get Pocket Gopher to mark the ball carrier. 3 rushes thanks to sprint. That's 2 marks now. Eric Lionheart says that Snotling is the last Mohican. The last one. The last one. And that'll be it for the Snotlings. Oh, they gave it a good run. Those Snots gave it a good run. Turn 14 for Subductus. 3+ dodge to score. They do have a reroll. Can they make it any better? They can't. Risky. The gutter runner has blodge. Could have maybe came in on the blitz here, but that's an uphill blitz unless he gets an assist. Gonna move his player's first rolling dice. This is good action order, just in case something goes wrong. Yeah, that's true. We could still see some Snotlings before everything's said and done. Is he going for the blitz? Ah, scary, 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 scary. Gets a dodge push out of this. Went for the blitz. He was hoping for a knockdown to try to not have to dodge because he could follow up for free. But there's the 3+ dodge. 2-1. It's a rush because he blitzed. He'll have to spend the reroll here. There, he's got it. 2-1. Wow. Good score by Berserker Tempest. Oh, we got one more drive of Snotlings. Well, you called it, Eric. He's back on the pitch. Subductus back on defense. They have 7 players. Morgan Thorg, the star player in the center defensive tackle position. 4-man player advantage for Rodentia. Oh, 3-man player advantage for Rodentia. 10v7 on the pitch. Triangle. We call this. See, what's happening here is it's the Triforce. I don't know what these are pointing to yet, but free sped on the defensive line. Rodentia on offense. They'll have a few turns to try to score another touchdown. They're definitely going to try. 3 SPP per touchdown scored. 4 on the line currently. 2 back to receive. 2 of the 4 gutter runners back to receive. Nicketer Mole Rat, the number 8 gutter runner, is over on the left wide zone. We'll pull one of the gutters out of the backfield and up on the line. Look at Flying Squirrel. He is all beat up. That's actually really cool. I love that. Why does he still have time on the clock? Like, what is happening? Oh, all right. So 6 on the line in pairs of 2. Deep kick. Oh boy. A turn was added here. We are now on turn 13 for Rodentia. They're going to have 4 turns, a whole quarter, to try to get another touchdown on the ball. Deep kick. Another touchdown on the board, rather. Deep kick by Subductisupercilicarptors is going to be kicked all the way into the end zone. 3-die blitz by Rodentia to get things started. Hunting that final Snotling. 5+ breaks armor. They've done it. And it's a KO. See you later, Cleopatra. 4-man player advantage for Rodentia now. Solid game by Spire here. He's been hunting those snotlings when he can. He's been exhibiting good action order, just protecting that ball when he has it. Not getting super carried away with blocks. Opening up the lane, playing to his strengths, which is speed and agility. And it's been working out very well in this matchup, or in this game rather. Another removable 5-man player advantage for Rodentia. Two-plus pickup works out. And the ball's going to be in the hands of Flying Squirrel, the number 5 Blodger Gutter Runner. Has the ball on Rodentia's own 16-yard line. Advances number 6, Pocket Gopher, the other Blodger Gutter Runner, to the opposing 6-yard line of the right wide zone. Two-die block on the left side of the line. This will be a push result. And sends Nakeder Mole Rat down pitch. He's covering number 11 safety, the number 11 gutter runner, taking the mark. Turn 14 for Subductus. Nuffle has graced the game with an extra turn. Can Subductus find a way, despite their player disadvantage, to reclaim this ball and maybe score again? Fail the Animal Savagery roll with their Rat Ogre. They're going to beat up on their number 12 Skaven player. It's going to be a stun, but here's the blitz. Going after number 8. 3-die blitz. It's just going to be a dodge push. Frenzy follow-up. This time got the pal. 7+ will break armor here. He's done it. Gets a stun. Berserker Tempest hunting these gutter runners. These gutter runners are star pieces. Really powerful pieces on the pitch. If you get an opportunity to blitz one, you'll often take it and perhaps even foul it. Just 2 players left to action for Subductus. And one will be that now free number 11 gutter runner was the safety, moving up in the right cornerback position, marking Pocket Gopher. Turn 14 now for Rodentia. The right inside linebacker is going to shift over to the right. That's the Skaven thrower, Lapis Decimus. Turn 14 for Rodentia. Look how far he can get in one turn. He can get to the opposing 8. They're so fast. Knocks down the number 11 gutter runner. Doesn't break armor. Rodentia trying to carve out that right wide zone again. Declares a handoff to number 6. Good handoff. One rush. Makes this a 3-1 ball game. Is he going to go for it? He is. There it is. Well done. Rodentia scores their 3rd touchdown of the game. 3-1 the score. Segnor's Loop, welcome to the stream. Thank you very much for the bits. Wow, that was a quick, really fast kick through. Deep kick here by Rodentia on defense, and they're going to roll a D2 on the blitz. 5 open players get to activate. prior to the turn beginning, 3-9 block. 3-9 blitz, rather. Knocks down. Snotling gets a KO. Oh, man. How often is it you see a Skaven team just just be the bashy team? It's all right. It's the exact same tactic because Nuffle's gonna give another blitz. Signer's Loop, thank you for the bits. Rushing down. There's just not enough players on the pitch. Rushing down that giant hole in the right wide zone. 3 gutter runners applying pressure on the ball once more. Two rushes marks the number 11 gutter runner. Turn 15 for Subductisupercilicarptors. Alright, 2-9 block with Borg. 6+ breaks armor. Fez is back at the line of scrimmage. Doesn't get the armor break. Now the question is, does he want to move a player in for the Rat Ogre's animal savagery? Just want to go for it. I love this game so much. I love this game so very much. Alright. Alright, he's gonna just let it rock. I think that's the right decision. Gets a pow with the Rat Ogre. 7+ breaks armor on Gerbil, the number 9 Skaven lineman. There it is. I don't know what the player advantage is anymore, but it's one less. Oppo gets spent by Rodentia. And no injury. He's going to go back in the reserve. Good Oppo there. He's worth every penny. You find yourself a good apothecary, you keep him. Good 2+ dodge, 2+ pickup. Rushes to hand off. Good. Oh, failed the handoff. That'll be a turnover. That was a 3+ handoff to this number 12 Skaven player because they're Ange 3+. Turn 15 for Rodentia. 2-die blitz. This will work out through the block skill. Well done. Ball's free to pick up by the kicker, Hamster. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can do a quick pass. Boot Polish says, sometimes I wonder if Duffel hates or loves Berserker. Yeah. I mean, again, it's just a rough position to be in. Especially if you spent the whole competition like gearing your strategy around a particular thing and now that thing is gone. It's tough. Alright, going to throw with Pocket Gopher instead. But this is going to be ooh, yeah. So the quick pass here, it would have been the same with the lineman. It used to be an edge roll, but now it's a passing roll. 50-50 passing roll on the quick pass. Didn't work out. This must have been his target. Naked or Mole Rat. But that's fine, because even if the pass doesn't work out here, the ball is going to scatter from the it's going to bounce from the point of the target, and ends up here in this collective of gutter runners. Trying to pick up the ball here, but fails the dodge. turn 16. Rodentia has an opportunity. They have a reroll to walk this ball in and finish out this game 4-1. Let's see who they want to get the SPP on. There it is. Well done. Rodentia got to win this one 4-1. Very well played by Spire. Well-deserved win. And really just a tough break for Berserker Tempest. Just to, again, come into this game and your team's nerfed. But still, a good play by both coaches. Good to see the game through. And that's going to be it for those two teams. This is their last game of the competition. I want to thank them both for playing. I hope they come out for the Dungeon Bowl. I look forward to seeing the Skaven team come out to the Dungeon Bowl if Spire will play on and see how he kits it out and continues to grow that team. I would love to see Berserker Tempest come back with the Underworld team and maybe get some of his mutations. It might be a little late in the season for that. If Tempest does come back for the Dungeon Bowl, he might just pick up another team. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. But that's going to be it here for week 9. Berserker Tempest, welcome to the stream. That's so garbage without swearing. They are definitely a lot worse. That is for sure. Yeah, but that's going to do it for week 9. Let's take a look at the schedule before we leave. That is the final stream game of regulation here in the Spike Magazine Trophy. That's going to do it. One more game to play this week. That's going to be Friday. It'll be unstreamed. And after that, we're going to start scheduling the semifinals. We're finally here. Semifinals for the Spike Magazine Trophy will begin to be scheduled this Saturday. And when those games get scheduled, you'll be able to check out and get alerted to the schedules on our website at maml.club. That's maml.club. Here on Twitch or on our social media pages on Blue Sky, Twitter, and Facebook. You can also watch previous games on our YouTube channel. Man, play Blood Bowl. This game is so much fun. You can play Blood Bowl via Blood Bowl 3 on Steam, the Epic Game Store, PlayStation, Xbox, and in tabletop form at your friendly local game store. If you want to come play with us in the Dungeon Bowl, just head on over to our Discord and just shoot a message in the Blood Bowl channel. Doesn't even have to be to me directly, but that would be helpful. And just say, hey, I want to play the Dungeon Bowl. What do I do? And we'll walk you through it. It's very simple. I hope you'll join us, whether you play or watch or help out or just really love the game with the rest of us. We just love to share it. And that'll be it. So until the semifinals, I can't believe we're already here. Until the semifinals, take care, everybody, and enjoy the rest of your Thursday evening.